Hi Scorpios, this is your reading for the week of April 20th through the 24th. I will be getting clarity on a situation that you'll be dealing with that week, and then afterwards I will get some advice from your guides. To start off, the overall energy for this reading is the King of Cups. So this reading is focused around someone you care about or love. In the recent past, you have the Fool card, the Six of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. You were able to recently reconnect with someone from your past for a time of immature actions. Being with them allowed you to do some acts of immaturity. And afterwards, you end up reconnecting with someone else that you know, and that led you to a new path or a new direction. In the immediate future, you have the Three of Cups, the Strength card, the Two of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. You're trying to form a connection to something, form a bond to something, because you're trying to find the strength or the energy for some type of celebration or get together. And that leads you to success. For the outcome, you have the Six of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. So you have a lot of fast-moving energy. You were able to go to this celebration or get together successfully. Everything went okay. But you end up making a impulsive action or a last minute change of plans, possibly, that led to a hasty or impulsive action, another impulsive action. I went ahead and got clarity on a few of the cards to see what's going on underneath. For the King of Cups, the overall energy, you have the Sun, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. So this reading is around someone you care about and love. This could be related to this celebration. And this is someone that you are happy with or found happiness with. Because you or them invested a lot of energy and effort into making each other happy or finding joy. For the recent past, for the Fool card, you have the Ten of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. For whatever this impulsive action that you were able to enjoy, or this immature actions that you were getting to enjoy, this was positive for you. This is a positive experience for you. Because you were able to focus on yourself or really be yourself during happier times. For the Queen of Wands, you have the Five of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Judgment card. So this is someone you went to for judgment. You respect their judgment about you, or you're seeking a higher opinion about something because you really trust their intuition regarding your struggles. For the Eight of Cups, you have the Emperor, the Magician, and the Devil. So this is a new path or a new direction towards a type of toxic habit or toxic connection or addiction, some type of addiction. Or a new path or new direction to overcoming this addiction or bad habit. Because you haven't been able to concentrate or take the steps necessary. You haven't been able to take the steps necessary for complete control. You haven't been able to do that. So you're leading you to a new direction or new path to overcoming. For the immediate future, for the Three of Cups, this is the Queen of Cups. You have the Queen of Cups, the Three of Swords, and the Death card. So this celebration or to get together is revolving around some kind of major change or transformation within you. You were able to overcome, or it's over being able to overcome the loss of someone you care about. This could be maybe a sibling or a parent or a spouse, someone you're close to and love. For the Two of Cups, you have the Seven of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Five of Cups. So you're trying to reconnect with feelings of loss, possibly regarding the loss of this person that you cared about. You're trying to do this by limiting your options of protest or lowering your guard. And that leads to the Nine of Cups. For that, you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. So you're successful at what you set out to achieve. You're able to get to that place. And you did that by speeding through a slow process. That's usually a slow process for you, but you sped through it. And you were able to accomplish what you needed to successfully. For the outcome, for the Six of Wands, you have the Strength card, the Eight of Cups, and the Five of Wands. So you were successful at being able to make it to this celebration or get together. You had a lack of resistance or lack of conflict or resistance towards it. You were able to move past any lack of strength or energy, lack of strength that you were having. You were able to move past that. Or for the Knight of Swords, you have the Nine of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. So this last minute action or impulsive action is of defeat, of wanting to walk away from the celebration because you're not able to celebrate anymore. You're no longer ready to mingle because you're burnt out. You burned yourself out. Probably pretty quickly. And that leads to the Nine of Wands. The King of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. So this impulsive action is positive change. It's coming off as positive change for you. Because you're showing, you're able to, there's an exchange of energy. You're able to show gratitude or show thanks. Show appreciation for your emotional maturity. I think earlier, I think you didn't resist going, because even though I think you weren't able to get past the lack of energy, I think you still went, even though you maybe weren't feeling up to strength, but you still went. So that's probably why you had to bow out pretty early on that one. So let's see what your guides have to say. Any advice for the Scorpios watching? Radiance. Rising for the ashes, radiance. Nice, that's beautiful. Your radiance acts as a beacon pulling the bounty of the universe. Your heart is open, your spirit glows, and your connection to the source is strong. When you live in a state of radiance, you don't need to struggle for things to happen. You shine so brightly that opportunities are driven to you. Even if you're feeling dull and lethargic, you can transform your state by acting as if you're feeling expansive, content, and luminous. You might sound like you're pretending, but in fact, when you act as if, this sends a powerful signal to your subconscious mind to uplift your emotional state. Additionally, doing things such as taking a refreshing shower, putting on clean clothes, going for a walk in nature, or listening to soothing music while acting as if you're a radiant reflection of the Creator's light can actually catapult you into a joyous state of radiance. If you're looking for an affirmation, you can use, I am a radiant reflection of the Creator's light. And that is it for the Scorpio reading, and I will see you all next time in the next video. Bye.